everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharon and this is a channel that is dedicated to all things related to narcissism. I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on all types of topics related to narcissism. So if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. I would really appreciate it if you gave the video a thumbs up. It's a free way you can help me out, and definitely don't forget to leave a comment because I like to read what you have to say. If you are a regular listener to my channel, please stay tuned to the end of the video because when I'm done with the video, I have a little message for you about some things that are going on in my life. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and get into today's video. So today's video is going to be things you need to know, preferably before you initiate divorce from a narcissist. These are things that I wish I knew before I started the divorce process. Right now, I think, God willing, almost done. If all goes well, now of course I'm dealing with a narcissist, so I understand when I say this, if is huge here. If all goes well, by the end of the summer, I should be a free woman. We're at the point now where we made all the agreements. It's just a matter of finalizing them, signing, notarizing, and having a judge, give the stamp of approval. We'll see. I'll definitely keep you guys updated as I move forward. What I'm about to tell you are things that I really wish I knew before I started the divorce process. I went into the divorce really with a mission. I wanted my freedom and I wanted custody of my minor child. That's what I wanted. I made several key mistakes that I'm going to tell you in today's video so you don't make them. You know, my best friend has said so many times, divorcing a narcissist is the greatest accomplishment of your life. And that sounds crazy. What? A divorce, an accomplishment? No. Isn't that a failure? Not when you're dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists, and you know this if you know a narcissist, if you're planning to divorce one, they're evil. They're cruel. They are so cruel, evil, vile. They're creatures. They're not human. If you think about something that's human, what is human? What's humanity? It's love. It's empathy. It's light. It's goodness. Narcissists lack all of that. They are so cruel. It's believable to think that they might be demonically influenced. They might be demonically possessed. Whether or not you believe that, I understand you might not believe that, but they're so cruel. It's understandable that somebody would contemplate that. So just consider that. This is who this person is, this thing is. They are vile. They are absolutely dead inside. They're cruel. They want you to suffer. So leaving something like this, and narcissists change you too. The person that you are going into the marriage isn't the same person that you are at the end of the marriage. You have been beat down. You have self-esteem has taken a hit. You feel horrible about yourself. You've been through a war essentially. So actually divorcing something like this, it is a huge accomplishment. You can have your life back. But going through the divorce is going to be a fight. You have to know this going into it. In no way, shape, or form am I telling you not to get the divorce. You must get it. You must. You have to save your life. You have to have a life. Being with a narcissist will slowly destroy you. You will be nothing at the end. You will be just like a shell of who you used to be. You can do it. Please don't think, well, yeah, maybe you could do it or somebody else could do it, but not me. I used to think that way, but I'm telling you, you can do this. And I'm going to be making some more videos coming up. That's not for the scope of this video, but I'm going to make some videos coming up talking about that, how to get yourself in the position, how to build yourself up to leave a narcissist. So let's go into what you need to know, preferably before you divorce a narcissist. The first thing is you cannot go into the divorce wanting to be nice. You can't go in there without getting dirty. It's part of the price that you pay. You're in a war. You have to look at this. Your divorce is a war. So think about if you were really in a war. You would have to fight for your freedom. That's how it is. You must fight for your freedom. When I went into my divorce, really all I wanted was my freedom and custody of my minor child. I have two children. One is 18, so she's not involved in this. It's my minor child that has the custody issue. I wanted custody of my son. My ex is dangerous. I don't trust him. He's tried to hurt me. He has hurt me. He's tried to hurt my children. He's come over to the house with a loaded gun. He broke into the house. I mean, he's done all types of things that has made it so that it is unacceptable for him to have any custody of my child. I wouldn't trust him. Now, just to be fair, my ex did not fight for custody of our son. He just let me have him. My ex doesn't have a relationship with him. But I didn't know what he was going to do at the beginning, and I wanted custody of him, and that's it. Everything else I went with the state mandate, so I didn't ask for anything else. The problem with that is that you're not dealing with somebody that's going to appreciate that. You're not dealing with somebody that wants to do that as well. Like, all right, let's just, you know what, we split up. Let's just make this amicable. Let's just do what we have to do, but maybe we can still be friends or raise our kids together or whatever. It's not that way with a narcissist. You must go in there ready to go straight for the jugular, because if you do what I did, if you go in playing nice, you're going to get hurt. Because I'll tell you what ended up happening to me. I went into the negotiations with my ex telling I wanted the minimums. I just wanted custody. He wasn't fighting me for that. He told me he would only agree to the divorce if I gave him $50,000. Now, where did he get this $50,000 from? Several ways. First, he decided on his own that, now when we were split up for 2 years, he paid the mortgage, which was in his name, paid the mortgage, no other bills, nothing, not one thing. He decided that he actually wasn't paying the mortgage, that was child support. So the state minimum mandate for child support is less than the mortgage. He wants to be reimbursed for 2 years of him overpaying child support. That was what he thought. He decided that I have a breeding business. He put a value on my animals, his own value. It has no resemblance to reality. He put a value on, and he wanted half the value of those animals. He also decided that, now he had credit card debt, huge credit card debt, $100,000 he racked up behind my back. And I also want to add, I didn't charge 1 penny of that $100,000. I wasn't even on the credit cards. He had these credit cards before we were married. I never was on these credit cards, 100%. But if you're married to somebody, you owe 50% of that. He wanted 50%. Now, thank God, his credit card debt had gone down. It was $100,000. It's $38,000 now because he hasn't paid it. And I don't know because I know he used to get these collection notices at the house, and it would say something like, you owe $25,000 to Bank of America. If you settle now, if you pay $10,000, we will close, we'll close the case. We won't ask to collect any more than that. So that, I don't know if he consolidated it. His $100,000 has gone to $38,000 without him paying anything. I feel like he's going to declare bankruptcy. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do because his credit is trash at this point. So I'm supposed to pay half of the $38,000. I have a coin collection, I have some silver coins. They're not worth that much. He put my coin collection as worth several $1,000s, and he wants half of that. Anything he could think of, he wanted half the value. He calculated that to $50,000. Because I went in nice and I didn't have any negotiating room because I went in for the minimum, I end up having to pay him. And now this is going down from $50,000. I have to pay him roughly $10,000 at the close when our house sells, because he needs part of this money and I wasn't able to take it all out. If I had fought for child support from the day that we were separated, the day that the divorce was initiated, I could have wiped that out, but I didn't do any of that. With child support, I was like, okay, I waived past child support and just started on June 17th. We've been separated for 2.5 years. So don't make the mistake that I made. Don't think, well, I'm a nice person. I'm going to go in. I just want my freedom. You have to go for the jugular because you're fighting in a war. You cannot go in and play nice when you're dealing with somebody that many people believe is so cruel they could be related to the devil. Just think about that. That's who you're dealing with. So please don't go into it playing nice. The second piece of advice I have for you is choose your attorney carefully. Ideally, the person that you choose to represent you, this is for your freedom. The person that represents you has to understand what toxic people are like, the types of things that they will do. Now, preferably they would understand narcissism. And I know it's going to be hard to find someone like that, but at least make sure they understand what you're dealing with, because you're not dealing with somebody that's going to be kind, that's going to get you, that's going to want to get through this as quickly as possible. They don't care. Remember, your attorney works for you. You're giving this person a lot of money. I made the huge mistake of not interviewing several attorneys. I took the attorney that my pastor recommended. When there were issues, I just ignored it. I wouldn't have any money. It is so worth finding the right attorney, because they're the ones that are basically driving the boat of your divorce. You don't want to be in a situation where your attorney doesn't understand narcissism, doesn't understand toxic individuals, doesn't understand what you're dealing with. You will get hurt. You aren't divorcing a person. You're divorcing a creature, a vile thing that wants to harm you, wants to harm your child. You need the best protection possible. I mean, think about if you were, say you were a celebrity and you were worried about your safety out in public. You wouldn't hire a puny little bodyguard that didn't have any weapons. Think about this. You need the person that represents you to be an attack dog for your own good. The third thing to understand is your narcissist wants to hurt you more than they love their children. So if you have children with a narcissist, the narcissist doesn't love. I mean, think about who a narcissist is. They're somebody with no empathy, no ability to love. They don't have human traits. When you think about what makes someone human, a narcissist is not that person. They will hurt their children. It doesn't affect them. My ex, as I'm making this video, just yesterday, I mean literally yesterday, I got my first child support payment from him. He didn't care what his son needed. It didn't matter. He didn't care. He doesn't even know. He doesn't talk to his child. He doesn't know if he's okay, what he needs. For example, my son has been wanting to take driver's ed for quite some time. I literally can't afford it without the child support. So he couldn't take driver's ed. He'd ask me and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. I can't afford it yet. I'm working on affording that. I'm working. I mean, my boyfriend and I, between the two of us, we work like 5 jobs to try to raise our kids together, because we both dealt with narcissists. We are dealing with starting completely over from scratch. So they will hurt their children if it makes you suffer. Number 4, their word means nothing. And the problem, and there's so many videos I'm going to be making coming up about divorce from a narcissist. There's a real issue with the court system as well. There don't seem to be consequences for the narcissist. My ex was supposed to pay me his child support that he just yesterday paid me was 2 months overdue. There were no consequences. It didn't affect him. It wasn't until finally my attorney was putting a lot of pressure on him to get that child support. And then we were looking at trying to take it out of his paycheck. He didn't want to be embarrassed like that at work. So finally he paid for it. That's what it takes. They need to be threatened to actually do anything. Something has to happen to them. If it doesn't happen, if there's no consequences, they'll make their own rules. That's how they feel in life anyways. So if a narcissist tells you they're going to do something and it's not signed, notarized, stamped by a judge, whatever it is, don't believe it for 1 second. My ex, like I said, I'll just say it with the child support. Yeah, he was going to pay that beginning in June. His word meant nothing. Only when it's documented, signed, witnessed, that's when his or her word will mean something. Just say, they can say anything, and they do. Think about what they did during the marriage. They'll do the same thing during the divorce. Number 5, the divorce likely will not be quick. My best friend is going through a divorce from a narcissist for over 2 years. And believe me, I have a lot coming up to say about that, but 2 years. The reason for this, and it's not uncommon for this to happen, part of it's the court system. That is a problem, which I will get into. But also part of it is narcissists play games. This is fun for them. They enjoy doing this. They enjoy hurting you. My friend, it's it's literally postponement, another lawyer conference, this, that, over and over. She won't let go. And my friend is stuck trying to get this divorce. We're talking almost $10,000 in attorney fee just because it keeps getting extended. And they're not fighting over anything. It's just she keeps wanting more and more and more. It should be cut and dry. This isn't a big estate. There's no child custody. There's no child support. It goes on and on and on. If a narcissist can find, she's had like 3 attorneys. If a narcissist can find a way to keep plugging along, to keep hurting you, not letting you have your freedom, they'll do it. So go into this understanding this might not be a quick thing. You are literally fighting a war. 6th thing I want to say is that other people won't get it. Other people won't understand what you're saying. They won't understand what a narcissist is, who a narcissist is. When you try to tell them about this, you will sound like the crazy one. And a lot of times it's like because people know the narcissist, and the narcissist is a different person at home than they are out in public. My ex was always the type of person, hey, how you doing? Like super social, super friendly. It took a while. Now people understand that are around me, understand, they know it, they're supporting me. They're happy that I'm about to get this divorce, but it wasn't always like that. So remember, but I have to tell you, my friends support me, my own family doesn't. Now part of it is because, like many of you, I have narcissists in my family. We end up marrying what we're familiar with. So part of it's that. I don't have universal support. My friends do support me, and that's huge. And I didn't always have that. So if you don't have it, don't think that it's always going to be this way. And definitely take advantage of YouTube channels like mine where there are people that understand. Read up online, join support groups. There are people out there that can help you. But just understand, other people, and they're blessed. They don't know. I always say this, like, these people are so blessed not to know. They say narcissists are 1 to 3% of the population. So with that being said, overwhelmingly people don't know narcissists. And I think even the word narcissist, it doesn't come close to what you're dealing with. We're dealing with evil, pure evil. It exists, and it is in the narcissist. So you say that, you're dealing with somebody like this. Other people can't understand. You sound like you're just bitter over the breakup of your marriage or whatever it is. You can't let that bother you. You have to keep moving forward. You have to steel yourself for battle. That's what it's going to take. But the last thing I'm going to say is that you will make it through. You will. You don't think you will sometimes. There's going to be bad days. You're in a war, and when you're in a war, you have to be laser focused on getting to the end. This is not easy, but you can do it. You can do this. If you are somebody that believes in God, hold on tight. You are in a battle, a spiritual battle. This is spiritual warfare. But once you're on the other side, you have to keep thinking this. Look at it as if imagine if you were going to lose a bunch of weight. Let's just say you were really overweight. So you were like 100 pounds overweight. It would seem impossible to get down to the weight that you want. But with every pound that comes off, then you lose 20 pounds and you're getting there. You can see it. It's happening. So as you go through this and you keep making it through, and there's the next battle and the next court date, and you did it and you made it, you're going to be stronger. And at the end, you are going to feel joy on a level that you've never experienced before. There is life after narcissism. Even though technically I'm not divorced yet, I've been living my life after narcissism. And you guys, it is the best thing in the world. It's almost like you get to live again. You have another chance to live. Don't lose that. Don't feel like, well, I just can't get out. Because then if you're stuck with the narcissist forever, your life is going to be hell. It would be better to live a year or 2 in hell fighting this person, but have the rest of your life in freedom than just giving up and just living perpetually in hell. You're going to live there. You're going to be there either way. One of these gives you an out. You're free. Your freedom is right on the other side. Never forget that. You absolutely can do this. Now, for those of you that watch my channel regularly, you'll know that some things have changed. I'm actually trying to figure this out right now. I do a show with my good friend, and he's on the channel with me most weeks. He's also going through a divorce from a narcissist, and something came up. He was actually, if you listen to the last video, I'm trying to be careful what I say. If you listen to the last video that we made together, he was concerned about something specific. That exact thing happened. This person insinuated that they know some things that we don't want her to know. So in an abundance of caution, I have taken down most of the videos on my channel. I am going to put ones back up that I can, but any that has him in them, I am going to have to leave down until his situation is over. We thought he was imminently about to be divorced. That turns out it's not necessarily true. This could be later in the fall. So I will keep you updated the best that I can. Please pray for him. Please don't put his name in the comments. I'm trying to keep him off the channel until this is completely done. He will be back. We will be back. There will be the show that we make every week. It's just for now, we have to be very careful. Things are really not good with his divorce. So please keep him in your prayers. If I know you, if you're somebody that comments regularly, feel free to email me and I can give you a little more information if you like. I just need to know you first off. But savingheartsfromnarcs@gmail.com. Guys, thank you so much for listening to this video. I really appreciate it. I will see you all on Monday. Have a great weekend. God bless.